right, hello wine drinking people. Time for more of what I've had to drink yesterday, and let me tell you, man, I am never amazed anymore at what is in anybody's bag because, you know, there's 400, 500 more distributors in the state of Florida, and just because we've never heard of you before doesn't mean you don't have a great portfolio of wine like this small distributor, which out of Destin, a couple that I guess helped found the wine auction up there, love wine and got to know all these small producers from Napa Valley. And let me tell you, I have not had a collection of wine this good maybe all year here. I mean, everything that she pulled out of her bag was just exceptional this afternoon. And I mean, I'm familiar with several of these producers. We've done dinners with Dr. Revana and other people in this book here. Tor Kenmore, Aaron Pott, you know, the Michael Mondavi family, Aloft. These are all brands that were with big distributors. Now they're with one of the smallest distributors, but one of the best books of wine, like I said, that I've seen in a long time. And the Sinegal Sauvignon Blanc, first up, this wine, maybe a little bit light the first day. I was not familiar with this producer, but let me tell you, on the second day, this wine really filled in on the nose and the palate. Lovely ripe melon fruit, kind of pink grapefruit, Jolly Rancher candy. And it's 50% Sauvignon Musque, so two different clones of Sauvignon Blanc, and 100% whole cluster, 60% new wood, so you do get a little bit of a, you know, the wood character coming out there, but, you know, a lot of bright, crisp fruit here, that melon and zesty pink grapefruit citrus coming through on the second day, and the finish, leaving your tongue salivating for food. Lovely richness in the mid palate, and like I said, even bigger on the second day. At $49.50, a very good example of Napa Valley Sauvignon Blanc, and then Alexana, which is Revana's property up in the Willamette Valley. This Terroir selection Chardonnay, very bright and focused here. Some nice lemon drop candy, green apple, a nice touch of lightly toasted oak spice, a little nutmeg. A very clean style of Chardonnay here, bright crisp fruit, and just the right touch of lightly toasted oak spice, nice zest and mineral notes through the finish. At $28.50, an excellent Chardonnay, and you know, for some reason, not a lot of great Chardonnay in the Willamette. This one of the better values I've had this year for that price. All right, the Alexana Pinot Revana, excellent as well. A little bit more expensive at $58.50. Bright black raspberry fruit, hints of Asian spices, some pretty floral notes, some fresh earth, kind of toffee notes coming out as this wine opens. Silky smooth and velvety on the tongue. That lovely bright black raspberry fruit showing pretty floral notes and a nice touch of earth spice. Some firm hand of acidity holding up very nicely on the second day. Excellent juice. And then the Revana Terroir selection. This is a new wine from Napa. The first vintage of this was 2012. This 13 has a little Merlot and Petite Verdot in the blend, and a nice amount of spice on the nose, a little bittersweet chocolate espresso, and more and more coming out as this wine opens. The 13 vintage wines are big and chewy from Napa. This wine's got a lot of rich, decadent fruits, and they need a little bit of time, but this wine's got everything in balance, and excellent juice at $103.50. The Melka CJ, Philippe Melka, one of the hottest consultants. He's the Michel Rolland of Napa Valley, and let me tell you, this wine, the CJ, we've had it in the store before. Excellent juice, and $76.50, a relative value when you look at some of Napa's top players today. Anyone that has Philippe Melka's name attached to their wines, charging more than this for it, and this is his own wine. Got a bit of a new leather, kind of dark mocha note to the dark currant cassis berry fruit, sweet tobacco spice, some earth coming out as this wine opens up. A big and chewy wine, lots of structure, like I mentioned about these 2013s, but this wine showing a nice minerality, a nice earthiness, some bitter cocoa and espresso notes coming out on the second day. A little bit closed, but a long finish. I'd like to try this wine in 5 to 7 years, and it should last 10 years or more. All right, Tor, the Beckstoffer Kalon wine, $202. Hey man, Andy Beckstoffer is just raising his prices for his fruit like astronomical levels, and the producers that are still lucky enough to get some of his top vineyards like this Beckstoffer Kalon have to charge $200 a bottle. This one is most excellent though, man. A lot of smoky barbecue notes to the nose, dark currant, cassis fruits coming out as this wine opens, dark chocolate, tobacco, graphite, mineral notes. Really nice complexity here. Big and chewy on the tongue. This wine, though, has wonderful balance, ripe brown tannins, that spice and minerality from the nose lasting through the finish. Big, but still balanced. Most excellent juice. The best of the Cabernet so far. And hey, Mr. Aaron Pott, his
Carte et la Territoire. This is a really big wine as well, 2012, so a little more balanced, but just every bit as nuanced here on the nose. That lovely dark currant, cassis fruit, dark chocolate, espresso, some loamy earthy notes. This wine big and concentrated on the tongue, lovely richness, and a lot of tannins here, but ripe and round, and most excellent juice at $142.50, a little better value than the Tour Beckstoffer, but both of these top level Cabernets, as good as anything I've had this year from Napa Valley. The Aloft, unfortunately, 2011 vintage, man, at this price, I mean, this was a good wine when I first had it, but it's already starting to fade a bit. I actually liked it better when I tried it with the folks from the Mondavi family. It's got that green, wintergreen character of this 11 vintage, bitter chocolate, dark plum. It does have some fruit, but it just doesn't seem like it's going to go anywhere from here. If you want to buy wines like this from 11, they are delicious to drink right now, but I don't think you necessarily need to keep them much longer. All right, the 2013 brand Brio. This is one of the great small producers up on Pritchard Hill. Another outstanding vintage and another most excellent Napa Cab here. Good amount of dark currant, cassis fruit, a nice amount of crushed rock like mineral notes, dark spices, espresso, cocoa, cigar box spice. Even more coming out as this wine opens, just thick and chewy on the tongue. Pritchard Hill has become one of my favorite appellations. Well, it's not an appellation, just regions of Napa. And this wine's going to last for a while. It needs a little bit of time, but another top level Napa Cab. How many in this tasting? Boom, boom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, just almost every single wine we had, 95 points or plus. That's my rating system, most excellent and killer. And some of these wines, if you taste them a couple years from now, may merit the killer rating. All right, then we go down a step. Unfortunately, you never want to go down in a tasting, so this is where I maybe would have just stopped it right here, man, because this wine from Mendoza, although very good, not nearly as good as the last couple of Cabernets that we had. The Corazon del Sol from Uco Valley, only 623 cases, and this is a Bordeaux-style blend. And this has a nice full bouquet of blackberry, dark plum fruit, a little smoky tobacco notes, nice freshness, a little dryness on the end, and like I said, just a few step downs from where we were at here. The Sinegal Cabernet coming back up, and this is that same producer we started with, the Sauvignon Blanc, and this Cabernet and Reserve Cabernet, both outstanding, very similar, and the Reserve's double the price. Does it double the wine? Well, it's definitely a little bit better, but both of these wines made by Tony Bacci from Hourglass, and more top-level Cabernets. Some really great stuff. Thank you very much for stopping by with all this wonderful small boutique stuff. I'm your host, Andrew Lamposoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.